So we've all played with ChatGPT, and we're all familiar with AI prompts and how they work. But the next evolution of AI is going to be the rise of AI agents. And these are agents that are going to be working on our behalf. So I thought it'd be timely to take a bit of a deeper dive and have a look at what the anatomy of a future AI agent is going to look like. Like, what are the different pieces here? So the first piece is for an AI agent to, be working for us. It's really important that it has access to a large language model. There might be fine tuning that happens using your data of an existing model. There's things like retrieval augmented generation, RAG, which is a way of connecting other data sources and things like that to an AI language model. There might be different types of databases. So you can think of like this computation as like a brain that's going to be part of our future AI agents. And down the bottom here, you can see that I've highlighted it as private computation because I think it's also really important that not only is there this brain for your AI agent, but it's private. It's only available to you. It's not, sitting there. Your agent brain shouldn't be sitting there, owned and controlled by Google or Microsoft or Apple. Those large tech companies can't own this brain for your AI agent. It needs to be you. So then moving me on the brain, there's other pieces of the puzzle that our AI agent needs. So we have data. The agent needs to know stuff about us. It needs to have access and insight into information about me. And so it needs access to things like my email, my healthcare data, my DMs, maybe access to my financial records. And ultimately, the more of my data that I can give my agent is going to result in a better agent. And it's kind of pretty obvious, really, when you think about it. But it's a really important part of the puzzle. It doesn't matter how good the AI models and things like that are that we have. If they don't have access to my data, my agent is just going to be a very generic, boring thing that doesn't know anything about me. And so, similar to the computation, where it's important that computation is private, it's really important that my data is private and only available to my AI agent and not these big tech companies. And then lastly, it's really important that our AI agents can perform actions for us. So the ability to, maybe order Uber Eats for us or send a DM, an email, maybe book flights or order groceries. All of those are actions that we're going to need our AI agent to do, and they're going to need credentials and other things like that to perform those types of operations. And so if you look here on the right, you can see that we've sort of got this high performance large language models, the fine tuning and RAG. That's where all of the innovation and focus is right now. But if we want to move into this AI agent world, we're going to need all these other pieces of the puzzle. We're going to need the private user data. We need to find a way to get all of that data and take ownership of our data in all these different platforms and then give that to our AI agents. We need the ability for the large language models, our fine tuning, all of these things to be executed in a way that's private and only controlled by me and not available to the big tech companies. And lastly, we need connections to all these different APIs, different services to act on our behalf. Access to send an email or send a direct message through a messaging service or order groceries on my behalf. We need the connections to existing systems for my AI agent to be able to perform those operations. So this is where we're at today. A lot of efforts in the brain part of the AI agent, but we need these other pieces. We need the data. We need the actions, infrastructure, and ultimately we need all of this to be private and owned and controlled by us, so that it's not the big tech companies that have control of our agents. And I think that's a really important thing for us all to be considering along this journey.